Hello. Good evening. Happy Easter Sunday, everyone. Um, we've been away. How have you been? I mean, I'm assuming you're the same people. I don't know. There might be new people here. Richard already in the chat. Look at you guys. You're here promptly. Uh, should it be the audience loses the plot? I hope not. I mean, I don't know what the plot's going to be yet. It's really weird starting a story. It's quite nice though, sort of just it's like a creative writing exercise. I just sort of thought, oh, I'll write and then I'll see how it goes as we carry on. Will there be nondescript accents? Yes, I imagine so. I mean, yeah, we've only got one character in this first chapter, and I don't know, maybe she needs to just keep her accent that I can actually do so that this doesn't get too weird too quickly. Hi Chris, Kevin, Sarah, John, yay, everybody's here. Edward, hello. I'm really excited actually. So yeah, what I was thinking we're doing, I've written about 1,000 words or so of a chapter. Quite enjoyed writing it. It was good fun. The poll on Twitter, you guys voted for the story to be in Bath, but there was lots of confusion as to whether that was a Bath or Bath the city. So I've gone for both. It's in Bath, and that's where the story begins. And then we'll read today's contribution, and then we'll get to the end, and I've got a question. Now, what I thought would be fair is I'll do a poll. I can't decide though whether to do the poll here on YouTube or on Twitter. I think what's fairer is if I do the poll on YouTube. So in the comments, you comment what you want it to be at the end of the video. Do it not in the live chat, but do it on the comments on the video. So then we know that it's people watching it who are dealing with the plot, because like the poll that I put out yesterday had sort of 900 responses to it, and obviously there aren't 800 of us here watching this. So to keep the plot what you guys want that are actually listening to it, I'll do the oh my god, my words are all gone. This is why I write stuff down. I'll do the poll on what you want the next bit of plot to be in the comments. So Shreya says hi, hello everyone, yay, we're in the bath. Kerry says hello. John says not on Twitter, a bath in Bath. Oh right, John, okay, so you missed what the so we did a poll to see where the story was going to start. The options were a spaceship, Bath, a magical realm, or an office. Bath 1, that's where we're starting the story. So I will do the poll at the end of the video. I'll tell you the choices, and then I'll put them in a comment under the video. And then if you vote in the comments under the video what you want for the next one, that means it's only people watching the videos who get to affect the plot. I think that that's the fairest and funnest way to do it. Edward says, do I have a Venmo or a Patreon for us to support these? Oh, that's very nice of you. Thank you. I do. I have a coffee account. So it's kofi.com/Lauralex. It's in my Twitter handle, or I'll put it in the comments for the video as well. That's very kind of you. Thank you, Edward. Right, let's get reading. I hope you like it. I read it to Tom, my husband, yesterday, and he thought it was fun, and I had a good time writing it. So we'll read the first chapter, and then we'll decide where we want to go from here. Fun. Okay, here we go. Oh, I'm so excited. It's so weird doing something as well that I'm like, oh, this is written so quickly. But maybe that's what's fun about it, is I'm not really editing it loads. And obviously I can't plan the plot and pre-seed stuff because I don't know what you're going to ask for. So here we go. Emma categorically did not know what to do. Obviously, the only real thing she could do was just pull really hard and hope it didn't hurt too much. But her brain seemed unwilling to let her do that just now, because really, she felt like there was no way it was not going to really hurt. She'd replaced the water around her 3 times now using the shower head. She had tried hot at first to keep up her body temperature, as it had become clear to her that her big toe was living up to its name and being, well, big. Bigger than the tap, at least. It hadn't been bigger than the tap when she had put it in there, otherwise she'd never have got it in and wouldn't be in this mess. But now that the toe was in there and had been for the best part of 2 hours, it did indeed seem to have outgrown the tap. The hot water had not helped, and a half-remembered science lesson in the back of her mind was strongly trying to imply that maybe being warm was making the toe bigger. She then tried cold water, But the toe had not come out, and she was markedly less comfortable, so the cold water had gone and been replaced with new hot water. She had squeezed all manner of expensive bubble baths and shower gels around the toe knuckle to try and lubricate the ridiculous digit from its stainless steel prison. Nothing had coaxed the reluctant toe from its hiding place. Emma's fingers looked like ancient prunes, horrifically white to the point of translucence. She didn't dare think about what her underside must look like. She could barely feel it. She had been stuck on the unforgiving bath metal for so long. Okay, she said out loud and focused her attention on the offending toe. You have to come out. The toe wriggled in response, and she winced at the feeling of the knuckle testing the rigidity of the tap. In a battle between the works of Armitage Shanks and her toe, she felt like there was little chance her bones would come off a winner. Why hadn't she brought her phone in here? She cursed herself again. Some ridiculous idea about having a little less screen time this evening. That had been what it was. Idiot. She'd brought a book in. A book! Like it was the 18th century. She'd brought in a book and a neck pillow and somehow convinced herself she was going to lie in the bath and read. She'd read for all of 12 minutes and then got bored enough to stick her toe in the tap to see what happened. This wet mini prison had happened, and if she was entirely honest with herself, she blamed the book and the ridiculous notion that a story written hundreds of years ago about some socialites being awkward with each other could be more captivating than the internet and everything it had to offer. Blaming the book, however, was getting her no closer to a free toe, feeling in her bum cheeks and a warm dressing gown, so she focused on the offending tap. Bloody dictator, she growled. If this place wasn't rented, then I'd rip you out in a heartbeat. Okay, she declared in her mind. I am going to count to 3 and then just pull down hard with all my might until my toe is either free, detached from my body, or both. Oh God, what if it really did come off? That would be disgusting. Ugh, blood in the bathwater. What if she passed out? Oh, yes, yes. All terrible options, agreed the more practical half of her consciousness. But really, what other choice do we have? Short of staying here and attempting to become a mermaid, which we will not do as beautifully as Daryl Hannah, so why even bother trying? We simply have no option but to remove the toe from the tap. She squared up to the tap again and tensed her thigh to pull down hard. Oh God, what if the nail came off? That would arguably be the worst outcome, wouldn't it? Truly horrible. Worse than just dying here in the bath, naked and pruny, because your attention span is so short you'd rather stick your toe in a tap than read Austen. She berated herself. Yes, she thought back angrily. Yes, I hate it when my nails hurt. Idiot, she reprimanded, and was temporarily distracted by wondering which of the voices currently arguing in her mind was most genuinely her. It felt like they both were, but then again, they also seemed pretty mad at each other. Perhaps prolonged exposure to hot bath water had an effect on one of those important lobes. Or maybe it was all the extra blood that should have been in her bum, racing around her brain and causing her to have extra thoughts. The tap was mocking her from its safe perch on the side of the bath. She could see her own wet face upside down in its bulbous end, holding her toe and her reflection prisoner. Okay, she said to the tap, I can see you're mad. I tell you what, you give me my toe back, and I'll not bother you again for a bath. Deal? She gripped her calf with both hands and prepared to tug her foot down. 3, 2, 1. Her foot came ripping out of the metal tap with such force that her heel thumped heavily into the bottom of the bath, and water splashed up the wall, into her face, and over the side and into the pages of the unaware Bennet family. Ow! She gasped, pulling her foot back out of the water and inspecting the shredded skin around her toe. Oh, my poor baby. I'm so sorry. I'll never do that to you again. Emma pulled the plug out immediately and climbed out of the bath, flinching at the pins and needles simmering away in her newly released foot. She went into her bedroom and dried herself off, pulling on clean pajamas and a dressing gown and transferring the towel to her hair. She felt deflated, stupid. It was her first week in a new city and it wasn't going well. First, she'd managed to turn up late to her first day at work, and now she had spent an entire evening stuck in the bath with her toe in a tap. Get a grip, Emma, she said out loud into the silence. This needs to be going better than this. So there we go. That is chapter 1. Your options for your input now. I would like to know, why has Emma moved to Bath? You can choose a breakup, a promotion, to try stand up comedy, or she followed someone there. So those are your four options. So why has Emma moved to Bath? It's her first week in Bath. She's never been before. For people outside of the UK, Bath is Ugh, a city in the southwest. It's very beautiful. So why has Emma moved to Bath? A breakup, a promotion, to try stand-up comedy, or she followed someone there? This is the start of our new story. Edward says that was awesome. Thank you. Jay, I hope is clapping. I think that's clapping. And Nuts About 73 says brilliant. So good. I'm glad you liked it. I'll put the options in the comments. You guys get voting here, and I will write ready for tomorrow. I think I can do 8 o'clock tomorrow. What we're going to have to do with the times is the times are going to have to alternate a little bit between sometimes 8 o'clock, sometimes 10 o'clock. So I will always let you know by setting up the feed here so that you know. So tomorrow, though, we can do 8 o'clock. So back here at 8 o'clock tomorrow, but put your votes into the comments under the video, not in the live chat now. Do it under the video so that I can read them and count them up. I'm glad that you liked it. This is fun. I'm glad that you liked the beginning of the story. I thought it was fun too. Right, have a lovely evening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.